I'm the best thing on here. Shit, I am the shit.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he codes with focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the ads lead. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of dodge for the evening. Honestly, they can smell the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a beast. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. But I call plays for the ads lead. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin.
Man, good afternoon on a beautiful, beautiful Monday it is. But unfortunately, on this Monday here in Louisville, Kentucky, man, we had a tough situation, man. So, I mean, like I did for that school shooting, I want to do the same thing. And I'm going to have a moment of silence for all those 5 people who have lost their lives to senseless gun violence that had happened here in my city. So if we can, just take a moment of silence. All right. Well, it's kind of, man, it's tough. It's tough. You hate seeing and hearing news about this. And the 2 people I really hate to see suffer from that is kids and elderly people, right? So unfortunately, it was one of those situations where, most of the people was up in the 60s, a couple, I think about 3 of them in the 60s and 2 of them was, mid 50s. But still, that's just not cool. And the sad part about it, what I'm hearing it is, it's one of those situations where the former worker was just disgruntled, I guess, mad about something. It happened at a bank. So he's a former bank employee. and just felt that was the way to express himself, to get it off or to deal with it and to say it. So now you not only the 5 people that he took their lives, but then he took his own. Now I don't feel sorry for his ass. I'm glad he killed himself. I'm sorry. I'm glad he ended himself because he should have. Yeah, you don't deserve to live. So whenever I hear about them people walking the people out, why? Why? Why are they walking up out of this place? Why? They should be carried out. That's how they should leave. If you go in there and do a stupid act like that, you don't deserve to live and get to ask for forgiveness. Same place you went in there, lit it up, they ought to light your ass up. So I'm glad the dude's gone. I don't feel sorry for him. I feel bad for his family because they don't deserve that. It's just unfortunate. So I'm going to leave it there and not going to go into no more details than I need to. It was a scary situation. With my job, we get notifications when anything like active shooter or something like that's going on. I get those notifications. I work for a government job, so I get those notifications. And unfortunately, our main office is down in that area, so it's not uncommon for some of my coworkers to go to that bank and to bank with them. So, I haven't really heard anybody really talk about it. Of course, I haven't talked to nobody from that downtown area because they pretty much was on lockdown most of the day. And then they let them go home early, and rightfully so. So, fortunately that afternoon and I think all the way up to later tonight, they're going to have grief counselors on hand so they can talk to people as well as tomorrow. So that's a beautiful thing that they was able to do that for my coworkers who had close relationships, like close ties with them people. So kudos to them. But let's talk about sports. The great thing about sports, man, it tends to bring people together, right? It really does. It really does. No matter what's going on around the world. I remember many a times where we was going through some stuff, especially as Americans. I remember during 9/11. One big debate was to even have a game that Sunday of football. And fortunately for them, they called it off, and I thought it was the right move, right? Now I know baseball was still going on. Of course, their schedule's kind of funny with them playing so many damn games and really not having too many opportunities to make up. So, but the good thing about it, when they was able to play on that following Sunday, it was a sense of unity amongst the country, and it usually is. And sports usually do that for us. So, it's a good thing to have, sports events to try to really take you away from the realities of your life, to take you away from maybe all the stress and the bad things that you may be dealing with, and maybe your favorite sports teams could do something, get a big win, win a title, or do something spectacular, and really bring your spirits up. So, with that being said, let's talk about it. Not a big Major League Baseball fan, right? I'm not, but I will watch it during the playoffs. If I go to a game, I can get into it, but it's kind of hard, to be honest. But I enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy hanging out with, the people, and just to talk and just shoot the shit and learn, sit back and learn, because that's all I'm doing when I'm out. Watch a game, I'm listening and learning, because I don't know too much about it. I don't know the intricacy of baseball. I don't. But I will watch it during the playoffs, and if I'm at a game, I will definitely pay attention to it. So, with that being said, man, they're only 9 to 10 games in this season, but I tell you what's been happening more and more so often. These damn bench clearing brawls they've been having. So far that I know of, I've seen 4. At least 4 bench clearing brawls has went on in baseball. Now, I don't know if they try to get more fan ratings and people to come out to the games to see that action. I don't know, but they're doing a good job with me. So, one of the games I caught my eye was the White Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates. So they was playing, and the guy was trying to come in, to score. Well, the catcher caught the ball, and so his job is to block the plate, don't allow the runner to score, right? And so that's what he did. He caught the ball, saying, and the runner, I don't know if his intent was to try to slide. I don't know what it was, but that's what it looked like he did. So he tried to slide, and the catcher stood his ground and got him out, and it was a collision, right? So after the collision, I guess the Pittsburgh Pirates team felt like it was a dirty play because the guy ended up getting hurt. So now he's rolling around on the ground hurt. The catcher and another player was, celebrating the big out. And so I don't know that maybe they took it to heart. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Or they felt like they was maybe taunting the player because he was hurt, and they felt like it wasn't an appropriate time to celebrate. I don't know. But it was crazy because next thing you know, both bench clearing. Everybody running out there ready to push and shove, fight. And we know they ain't fighting like that. They ain't no Nolan Ryans out there, giving guy the business. Old pitcher from the Houston Astros giving a guy the business, wearing his head out. Wasn't none of that going on, but I'll say this. They was pushing and shoving. Now, I did see another game where dude got the best of the guy. And I want to say it was the Angels and the Dodgers, I think it was. And this dude, I guess, he would try to slide and try to take out the second baseman, right? So the guy got to try to get a base hit. So the guy, tag him out at the base, but he was trying to slide and try to play some type of interference at the same time. So him trying to slide, trying to take the guy's legs out, the guy felt like it was a dirty move. So they got into a pushing match. So the dude pushing one time, the guy pushing back. Next thing you know, he cold-cocked him. I mean, and it was on ESPN. I didn't see the game live. But it was on ESPN, and, ESPN ain't shit. They put that bad boy in slow motion. And when little buddy hit that dude in the jaw, man, his whole face rattled. Glasses got knocked off. His face rattled. It looked bad for him. Now, I don't know how hard it was. I wouldn't undertake it. I ain't gonna lie. But it looked like he got him pretty good according to that slow motion they use on ESPN. It looked pretty bad. So, of course, the bench didn't really empty on that one. But, the guys who was on the field, they all came together, pushing, shoving, and talking shit. And one guy pulled him back, the other guy pulled the pitcher back, and the other guy told the batter gone to the dugout. So I'm like, man, what we doing here? So I don't know. I don't know what baseball trying to do. I don't know if baseball trying to get some more fans or something. But look here, if they gonna keep doing this, they got my attention. They got one more viewer on the box. I promise you that. They gonna keep on getting to these fighting altercations during the game. At least make me raise an eyebrow, right? Yeah, I'm watch. I'm gonna definitely pay attention. Just waiting for the next brawl to go down. There's like hockey. Hockey be what them cats be ready to fight, right? So I'm thinking, okay, we got a hockey game on the outside, on the baseball field. Let's go. Let's see what happens. So now, more likely they probably won't fight, but I guess the possibility is there, right? It's there. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Again, I told you I'm not a big baseball guy. I'm not really a big fan of it, but I will partake in it every once in a while during the playoffs. But speaking of a fight, there was a real fight, a legitimate UFC fight this weekend. And my man Izzy, dude, man, he crazy. Skinny dude, you know what I'm saying, talking shit, does all these gyration and moves and dances and shit. So he do his thing, right? So he fighting the guy. He only lost 2 times. I think he's like 22 or 23-2, right? He only lost twice. So it's not like it's a guy who's out there getting his ass kicked talking about, no, he's not that dude. But one of his losses he did lose to, he ended up getting an opportunity to get a rematch against him. So her name is Paulo Costa is the guy's name who he ended up fighting on Saturday. So that was a good fight. But, you know, Izzy ended up winning. Now, I was watching something on IG where Brandon Marshall put out, I want to say like, I don't know if it was 10,000 or 100,000, but he put a nice purse on Izzy to knock him out. That's what he said. Now, I don't know if it was for the cam, you know, for the gram or whatever. He just stunting. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he actually really did it. I never seen his ticket. I just know that's what he said. He had a handful of money in his hand, ready to, I guess, place a bet. You know, I don't know if he was just like I said, I don't know if he just showing off and he was faking. But he did have the money in his hand, ready to go, talking about him about to make a bet on Izzy to knock him out, right? So that's the only thing that tweaked my interest. I said, well, shit, this man put 100,000 on this man, and I know this man will beat him. It's got to be a good fight. So I ended up watching it, and guess what? You got your money's worth. Now, this is crazy, right? He's that dude that'll do some crazy shit, flipping in the background, I mean, off the ring, do little crazy antics, like I said, dancing and having a good time, right? So the first time him and Paulo fought, Paulo's son was in the ring, and he mocked Izzy, as was his name, was his nickname, but his real name is Israel. But he mocked him, right? So Paulo ended up knocking him out, and his son ended up, you know, behind Izzy, and he mimicked him, get knocked out. So, you know, Izzy being Patty man as he is, the king of Patty, he did the same thing to the little boy. He was up there dancing, having a good time, celebrating the ring. Then he spotted the boy's son. So when he spotted his boy's son, he pointed to him with his, you know, his boxing glove, pointed to him. And then he fell down like his dad did when he got knocked out. I'm like, this dude ain't shit, man. This dude ain't shit. But, hey, I can't blame him. I probably would have did the same goddamn thing. This little boy them gave me the business. Oh, yeah, I got to give it to you back. You know, fella, it's all good. Ain't nothing but love here. Ain't nothing but love. But, yeah, you about to get that. I'm about to imitate what I did to your daddy, right? So that's what he did. So that caught my attention. That's probably the only fight I watched this week. I know they did have like a boxing match or something going on. I didn't see that at all. I'm waiting for the Davis fight. So that's the next fight I'm looking for, and that's supposed to happen in a couple weeks. So hey, I can't wait. That's a big fight. 2 undefeated guys going head to head. There's definitely going to be a one to remember. Now that they legalize sports gambling here in Kentucky, I'm gonna have to put some coins on it. I might have to put some coins on. I don't know what I'm gonna pick yet, but hey, I'm gonna tell y'all guys now, don't go on my pick because my pick's been losing like hell. So if you don't put no money on my picks, please don't. Because I hate to. He cost me some money. I said, no, he did. He told you right now, don't put no money on my picks because my picks been trash. I might as well throw a dart at the dartboard and probably get the same result, a loss. So that was the boxing matches that I got to watch. The UFC fights that I got to watch this weekend. So again, the undercard was entertaining. Had a nice undercard. I noticed now they are trying to be more inclusive. Every undercard's got a damn woman fight on there, so I mean, it was all right. I mean, I ain't gonna say it was too entertaining. I mean, it was worth watching. It was worth watching. So, but I did notice that they're doing it. They're doing it more. That they are putting every fight. They got a female on the ticket. So that is what it is, man. But other than that, we got a whole lot going on now. Everybody knows I love the NFL and the NFL's king. But before I get to that, I want to talk about the NBA. So the NBA wrapped up its regular season the other day, Sunday. Wrapped up the regular season. It's all said and done. Now, some guys are playing and really they had no dog in the fight. But there's about 5 teams that not 5 teams. There's probably about 6 teams that this result from this week could make some changes and move around as far as seeding. So, and it was that seed from 5, especially in the West, that 5 to 6, that 5 to 8th seed really moved a lot because of this. Now, teams like Bulls, they clinched the playoff probably about a week ago. So they already pretty much clinched their spot. So that was all settled. But you had the Lakers who had to beat Utah in order to secure that 7th spot. And then you had the Hawks who really had to play their way in. I mean, they was in a situation they could have been out, could have been on the way out. Now, what the team that really surprised me was the Heat. I thought the Heat would be in that top 4 or 5 teams in the East of the NBA, but man, they struggle to get in themselves. So they're involved in the play-in game. So tomorrow's play-in game consists of the Hawks and the Heat in the East, and the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lakers in the West. And that's for tomorrow. And the Bulls and the Raptors play Wednesday. And the Thunder and the Pelicans play on Wednesday night. So those are your 4 teams who are playing in the play-in. I'm sorry, not 4 teams. Those are your 8 teams who are playing in a play-in game, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I want to say, man, I like the Lakers' chance, man. If they've been playing like they've been playing of late, I like their chances, man. I really do. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Now, with that being said, that Clippers and the Phoenix Suns is intriguing to me. Now, that's the first round game of the playoffs. Well, if you consider playing a game playoff, then it's not. But I don't. So, but game 1 of the playoffs is the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns. That's interesting. That's going to be real interesting. Because the Clippers ain't been playing too bad as of late. So that's going to be interesting. Another one's going to intrigue me is that Cleveland and the New York Knicks. Now, the Philadelphia and the Nets, I'm not intrigued. Only reason why the Nets in there, because they in the East, and you don't have to have the best of the records to get in the playoff in the East. But those 2 games really intrigue me. The Knicks and the Cavaliers, as well as the Clippers and the Phoenix, especially the Clippers and the Phoenix, man. You got KD coming back. You still have Devin Brooks and Chris Paul. But on the other hand, you got Westbrook. You have Paul, and you also have Damian Lillard. Not Damian Lillard. I'm sorry, not Damian Lillard, but Kawhi Leonard. And you got those 2 pairs of big threes, man, going head up. First round of playoff. That's definitely going to be interesting. That's definitely going to be a definitely interesting matchup. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. That'll probably be the series that I watch. So I'll definitely keep my eyes on that game. Now, of course, I'm gonna watch the Bulls game if they can make it through the playing game. Like I said, they play Toronto Wednesday at 7. So, if they win that game, they get to play against the number 1 seed because that's going to put them in the 8th spot. I think they got the 8th spot. Let me double check. Yeah, I believe they got the 8th spot. No. They if they win, they get the 8th spot because they in that 9-10 game. So yeah, they in the 8th spot, and the winner between the Heat and the Hawks will get that 7th seed spot. So, yeah, I don't see the Bulls going far unless they could pull off the major upset like the Denver and the Nuggets did with the when they was 8th seed. And who did they end up playing? I want to say, was it the Seattle Supersonics they end up upsetting? I can't remember. People in the chat, if y'all remember it, please inform your boy. I can't remember. I can't recall. But yeah, so they would get to play the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's their prize for beating the Toronto Raptors is an opportunity to go against the Bucks. And the winner between the Heat and the Hawks will get the opportunity to play against the Celtics. Not much of an opportunity, but that's what it is. So, who knows? I don't see the Bulls advancing. Matter of fact, I don't see neither one of the playing teams advancing because the Celtics are tough. And whoever plays them, you're going to get your money's worth as well as Milwaukee. So, but with that being said, Philadelphia, I can't take serious. I mean, I know. My man been playing on an MVP level. I don't know. I like Joel Embiid. He's really last of a dying breed as far as the big man, him and Jokic. Because the rest of them really don't play like the big man like they used to. So I like Joel Embiid, and I think he is the MVP this season because the way he played, the way he performed, the way he took care of his business, played more games than he missed, and that's not normal for him. So definitely proud of that. So, Marcus, what's your city? I mean, what city we talking about? I mean, if I ditch your city, what city we talking about? You got to let me know. But no, with that being said, I don't see Philadelphia doing much, guys. I promise you I don't. It's kind of hard to have faith in them because every year that, they always talk about the process. Oh, Philly. Marcus, I'm sorry, but I don't see it, man. I don't see it, brother. Maybe they could prove me wrong. I've been wrong before. I promise you. I've been wrong before. So this might be the year I could be wrong and Philadelphia go away and win an NBA title. Who knows? But I don't see it, brother. Again, like I said, I love Joel Embiid. I love his game. I like the way he plays. I like the way he approaches game with that mean, nasty demeanor. Speaking of mean, nasty demeanor, Funko Pop of the day. Incredible Hulk. I also got a couple Hulks back there. I didn't want to bring those up, but those are my Funko Pop of the day. Incredible Hulk, one of my favorite characters. I guess favorite superhero is one of them, is Incredible Hulk. Him and Wolverine is probably my two in the Marvel universe, right? Of course, I like the Black Panther, but not as much as I like Incredible Hulk and Wolverine. So those are two of my favorite characters. But back to the NBA. I don't know, Mark. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Again, I like Joel Embiid. I think he's a great player. Tobias Harris is. I like Maxey. I think he's a hell of a guard for y'all. I don't know about James Harden. You know, he hits and miss. One minute he looks like MVP. Next minute he looks like the seventh, eighth man off the bench. So you never know what you're gonna get with him. You never know. So it's gonna be interesting how they pan out. It really is. So I'm definitely looking forward to the NBA playoffs. It's exciting. Again, I like watching NBA games covered on TNT when you get, Kenny, Shaq, and Barkley and Ernie. To me, they give the best coverage. They give the best insight. ESPN try to be so politically correct. The guys on us don't even sound like they're real, authentic, or nothing like it when they talk. So I rather not even watch them. I really do. But I do love watching on TNT. Like I said, it's more entertaining. And at halftime, they're going to give you jokes. They have fun. They into it. So you can tell that they into it. The energy's good over there. ESPN shit looks so damn scripted and fake. It's pitiful. So it's like, whatever, man. Whatever. But one more thing I definitely want to talk about this week. And that is the NFL. The NFL going to do what the NFL does. That's why it makes them the greatest league of all sports, right? Greatest. Cavs. Okay, right on, big brother, right on. It's definitely going to be. Look, Cavs can make a serious run, man. They really can. They got some nice pieces. And Donovan Mitchell playing like Donovan Mitchell been playing. They got a lot of young pieces, man. So, they're going to be interested in the next couple of years. They really are. So, I can ride with that. I can ride with the Cavs. I can. Again, that Knicks and Cavs series is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. So, we'll see. We'll see. But talking about the NFL, man, that's the great sport God ever made for us and blessed us with is the NFL. And so, I posted my show on Facebook, and guy said, "What sport?" I'm like, man, it's always sport playing. Now, you may not be into it, but there's always some type of sport going on. So, but the NFL never stops. Even during all seasons, more excited than some of these major sports. It's just what it is. So, with that being said, man, things are still happening. And we got this draft coming up at the end of the month, man. That's what makes the NFL so great, man. There's no offseason for real. Really, no sports are really is real, right? But especially the NFL, man, because they always going to keep some news going. Whether it's some stupid shit some players doing, or just be trades, deals, cuts, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, first round, we looking at possibly 4 quarterbacks going within the first 10 players for sure. Maybe even the top 8. Because it seems like every team needs a quarterback. Now, with that being said, a team that really doesn't need a quarterback is Baltimore because they have one. I don't know what they're going to do with the man. But Baltimore made a deal with Odell Beckham Jr. Pay the man $18 million. Yeah, I seen that. I'm gonna talk about that too. Yeah. Pay the man $18 million, 15 guaranteed. My opinion is a bad deal. It was a bad deal. Odell Beckham. Let me say this while getting some hurt feelings report. What's happening, Vic? Guys, I did drop the link, so if y'all want to come up, man, just hit the link, brother. Come on up. We could talk that shit. You know how we do. I think the Ravens made a bad deal by signing Odell Beckham. That's just my opinion. I think Odell's best years is way behind him. They've been behind him probably ever since he left the Giants, really. I know he had a couple moments in Cleveland. I wasn't really impressed with that moment. I feel like it was an overpaying of a wide receiver moment and living off what he did in the past instead of the present. As far as what he was with the Rams, when he got to the Rams, look, to me, he had a quarter and a half in the Super Bowl, right? And if he didn't get hurt, he was probably on his way to put up MVP type numbers, right? He was. I ain't gonna lie. But that's the thing about it, man. He keeps getting hurt. And that's what I don't like. And so, with that being said, to pay this man $15 million guaranteed, nobody else in the league was going to pay that man that, and he knew it. And really, he's like, man, screw it. I got my ring. I'm going for my check. I don't blame him. Look here, once you get your ring, whatever sport you play in, go for the money. Once I get my Super Bowl ring, my World Series ring, my NBA championship ring, I'm going for money. I'm trying to get the biggest bag I can. Because now I've submitted my legacy by getting me a ring. Now I got to submit my opportunity for making the biggest bag I can. That means any TV deals, any commercials, I'm doing them. I got my Super Bowl ring. I'm wearing my Super Bowl ring doing a commercial. Matter of fact, unless they say that man, you can't wear that ring, it's taking too much attention away from the commercial. That's the only way. That's the only way. But guess what? I'm definitely made mention that I'm a Super Bowl champ. We're going to have to put that somewhere in the script. Somewhere. Whether it's me shining my ring, sitting on my lazy boy chairs, something. We're gonna mention it somewhere. You got to. I'm a champ. I got a ring. Let it be known. I got a ring. What y'all shit? A lot of cats ain't got this. They don't. So best believe I'm going for the bag. So that's exactly what Odell's doing. Odell's going for the bag. And guess what? He got it. Now, I'm surprised because of who the team is that did it. I'm surprised Baltimore did it. Baltimore normally don't do that. Like, again, Baltimore don't be paying their offensive players like that. Baltimore be paying their defensive players like it, but not our offensive players. So it's kind of surprising. I know they're kind of trying to hit around this. Does Odell Beckham know something that nobody else knows? Is Lamar coming back? What? Truth be told, I don't know if he's coming back. I would say getting Odell's the best option for him. Because you don't know with him. He played about 4 or 5 games. Now, suddenly, he's out again. See, that's the thing about Odell. He's been staying hurt here lately. He's not a number one. He hasn't been a number one in a long time. Like I said, since the days of Cleveland. Well, not even Cleveland. Since the days of the Giants, really. He's been number one. Now, my man said he's from Cleveland. He saw it. Yeah. Again, he's not a number one. He's a great number two. He's not a number one. So, I think they really paid him too much, But I understand why they did this, because they tried to, give something for Lamar to look at and to think about, But to me, I really think they need to use that first-round draft pick in order to draft them a quarterback. I mean, not a quarterback, but a receiver. Especially if Lamar lets him know and signs before the draft. I'm drafting a wide receiver. Matter of fact, I might draft a couple of them. So out of my first 3 picks, I might draft 2 receivers just to secure everything. You know, Odell's only there for 1 year. What are you gonna do after that? Bateman's gonna be coming up for a contract in a couple years. What you gonna do about that? I know Mark Andrews' contract is gonna be coming up pretty soon. What you gonna do about that? And Dobbs, J.K. Dobbins, he's gonna be coming up. What you gonna do about that? So you got to get that man some weapons. If you want to see that man be successful and flourish, you got to get him some weapons. And I'm sure he appreciates the defensive players that he's getting, but that's not gonna help him on offense, right? So you got to get that man some weapons. And to me, Odell is not a good enough weapon to satisfy me as a quarterback. If I was Lamar, you got to get me more than this. You got to. Again, I don't know what pick. I don't know what pick the Baltimore Ravens has this year, but we can definitely check it out. So, Baltimore Ravens has a 23rd pick, and so right now their mock draft has them taking Quentin Johnson. That's that wide receiver out of TCU. Now, to me, Quentin Johnson is not a bad player. I liked him in college. He's a big receiver. He's a rangy receiver. And he's a lot faster than he looks. I know his 40 times like 4.6. But, once you get on that field, get the playing, get the moving, he's a big guy, big receiver. So I think somebody like that would be good for Lamar. And my second, fortune for them, I guess. Their second round pick, they still have one. So with my second or even my third, one or two, I'll be honest, I'll look for a second receiver for them. I would if I was them. Now this is me speaking. Of course, I'm not a GM or nothing like that. And Rio said, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yes, sir. He does. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Greg. He's not a number one. Them days are long gone. He's two at best right now. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. But the thing about who they don't have a number one. Bateman, to me, is not a number one. I mean, what are you going? I guess Mark Andrews is going to be your number one. I mean, right now you have nobody besides Odell Beckham and Bateman as far as your wide receivers. But I don't think Odell cares if Lamar's there or not. He's just looking for the bag again. Like I said, he got his ring. He got what every NFL player wants. He got a Super Bowl ring. Now he's playing for the big money. And he's supposed to. I don't blame him. And if Baltimore's going to be foolish enough to pay this man, then get your money, man. Get your money. I won't knock him for that. I just think it's a fool move on Baltimore's part. But, hey, for Odell, you a genius. You convinced them guys to give you $18 million guaranteed. I mean, 15 guarantee and 3 for the contract. Yeah, you did what you're supposed to. You got a hell of an agent. Matter of fact, you need to get that agent, get your card over to Lamar so that agent can fight for Lamar. That's what it is. Lamar's the agent. Say, hey, man, who's your agent? So I can get him to get me a deal, something like that. What's that? They haven't had one in years. Oh, but not, well, let me say this. I don't know. They had Steve Smith. They had Anquan Bolden. They had Derek Mason. Was any of those guys really a number one? Now, let me say this. Steve Smith was a number one during his prime. I think once he got to Baltimore, he really wasn't the number one anymore. I never thought saw Anquan Bolden as number one. He was always number two, a great position receiver. Derek Mason was a number two type receiver, maybe even a three. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know. I just don't see it. But look here, they following suit with what they've been doing, man. You got to get a great defense. Now, I know they've been drafting defense out player after defensive player after defensive player. I mean, that's what it's going to take for them to get back in it. But we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. As far as number ones out there, now you have to make some trades. You got to make some deals. I mean, that's right now. That's how you're gonna get that number one. I mean, if I was you, I would go over there to Arizona and see if they want to trade Hopkins. I would go over to Devontae Adams in Las Vegas and see what the status is on him. Who else is a possibility? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's rough. Now, again, this year's draft is rich with NFL wide receivers, caliber wide receivers anyway, right? So the opportunity to draft a receiver in this year's draft is there. You got the kid from USC they talking about. You got that kid from Boston College, Flowers. Now, I know he's like 5'9", 5'11", but hey, you never know, man. He might have another Steve Smith in him. Who knows? Of course, they talk about the TCU as who their mock draft is projecting another pick. I think that's a good pickup. That wide receiver from Ohio State. I don't see him falling down to 23, but maybe y'all could make a wheel and deal to trade up to get him. I don't know. To me, Baltimore has to make some type of move, though. They can't sit on their hands. They can't afford to sit on their hands to let it all pan out and go from there. I don't think they can do that. They can't afford to do that. I mean, you know, you only got so many years of your quarterback being in your prime, right? And the style of play he plays, you never know as far as his longevity and career. Now, of course, you won't see the man play as long as he can. But style of plays, man, says, if I get 80 years out of him, we good. So he's already got 4 up under his belt. I don't know, guys. It's it's going to be interesting how that all pans out. It really is, man. It really is. So I don't know. I'm going to touch on. I want to touch on one more thing. And then one more thing I want to touch on is college basketball. Not too much on the football side, but the basketball, right? My man, Jackson Smith, Nadia, I don't know. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, I seen him. Matter of fact, they even talked about my team possibly picking him up, bro. So I don't know if the Birds gonna pick him up or even draft a receiver at least in the first round, right? Because he's not gonna make it second. He's definitely a first round talent. I don't know if the Birds are looking to make a move like that. Now, if the Birds would make a move like that would definitely help their depth. But somebody's going to have to get traded. Definitely, because now you're looking at a 5-man roster or 5-man rotation. So who trade Claypool or Darnell Mooney? I think one of the two of those are going to get traded. DJ Moore, I just got him. I doubt he gets traded. So, and we got my man from Tennessee. What's his? I can't think of his guy's name. Little small, slender receiver. Just got him. So, but he's going to be more, like I said, more of a special teams guy, more of a gadget guy. So I doubt if they trade him. So I really think it'll be amongst Claypool or Darnell Mooney if they was to draft your boy Jackson Smith. I don't know. Man said I watched 6 women games and no men's game for the first time in my life. Well, and let me say this. Normally, I don't watch women's basketball. I ain't going to lie to you. Normally, I don't watch women's basketball until the Final Four, right? But this year, damn, I can't say I didn't watch no men's because I did watch a couple men's games. I watched a couple of Kentucky's games. That's my team. So the last game I actually watched from front to back was Kentucky playing Louisville. That was the last time I watched a whole game. Since then, I haven't watched the whole game, not a whole men's game. Now, I watched the Final Four games for the women. Very entertaining. And normally, I don't watch women's sports because it's like boring. I ain't gonna lie, it's boring to me. But this year's Final Four, I watched. They held my attention. That little white girl was cold. She was shooting that 3 feet out from the 3-point line. You couldn't do nothing with her. She was on her shit, but she must have left it all on that game against South Carolina. Against LSU, I ain't gonna say they shut her down. They did a little bit better job playing the defense on them, but still, of course, LSU got the best of them. That's why they the champs. So again, congratulations to them ladies. But yeah, I normally don't watch women's basketball because it's not entertaining to me. But yeah, I caught myself like I said, I watched the Final Four and I watched the championship game. So yeah, I definitely did that. But I want to talk about the men's college basketball. And this transfer portal, man, is a mother, man. It's a mother. So with that being said, it's crazy because the kids that are coming out of high school this year have to really do some self-evaluation, right? They really do. And they got to really ask the question, deep down, ask themselves, do I want to go straight to college, or do I want to go to prep school route, or maybe even go straight to JUCO route, or maybe even go down a level, go from a D1 to a D2 school, a D2 school to a D3 school, a D3 to an NAIA school, NAIA school to a JUCO. So kids got to ask themselves them questions, man, because the thing about the pandemic, again, it gave everybody a do-over year. Some guys are taking advantage of it, right? So you got some guys, man, been playing college ball for 6 years. Be there 6 years playing college ball. Normally, you only play 4, maybe 5 if you redshirt, or if you get an injury or something like that. You guys going in to get that 6th year. So they 24, 25-year-old guys playing against you 18 guys who just turned 18, maybe about 3 months before the season starts to turn 18. And you on campus with these guys, and these grown men, they got grown man problems. They dealing with grown man issues. And they not playing. Right? They know I want my playing time. I want to do what I got to do to help the team win. So this is what it is. And guess what? A lot of these coaches, They like them well-seasoned players. So, with that being said, I watched 2 Louisville games, 2 LSU games, and 3 South Carolina games, and 2 Iowa games. You better me, bro. I ain't seen none of all that. Now, I did see 2 LSU games. I seen the 1 South Carolina game, and I seen the 2 Iowa game. Am I muted? No, I think I'm muted. Am I muted? Let me see. I don't think I'm muted. Oh, I might have been. I did see those games. Like I said, I seen the 2 LSU games. I seen the 2 Iowa games. And I seen the 1 South Carolina game. So those were the games I get to watch for the ladies. But last Monday, I was late to the show because my son had a Zoom meeting. So, with that being said, you know, it was challenging in that Zoom meeting to hear the conversation because, you know, you got a new coach, so he's looking at bringing in his own guys. And I don't understand the game. That's part of the business. And so he wants to run his new style. So, with that being said, you know, I had to make sure I had to ask the questions that my son has no idea about asking because he just wasn't used to it. Because he was used to, you know, the other coaches loving his game. Told him how, you know, his game was going to carry over to what they do, and that was cool. The new coach got a little different style, and I was, you know, one of the questions I asked my son is, you know, how do you feel about that? He felt good, and you know, he's committed. He's committed to going to the school and doing what he has to do to prove himself. And the coach also told him he's going to be bringing other guys in the same position. So again, I asked my son. I said, "Are you ready to compete? Because this is what you're going to have to do." So he can bring a junior in here. The guy has 2 years. So for 2 years, you could be, you know, behind this guy sitting on the bench, getting very little to no playing time. Are you still willing to do this? You know, I was proud. He said, "Yeah, Daddy, I'm willing to do this." Cool. I said, "Cool, let's do it." I said, "This starts. We got to work. You got to do what we got to do." So, with that being said, again, it's like a free agency market out here, and so seeing these guys going from here to there, transfers, and started before the regular season was even over with. So that just shows you how crazy this is, man. So I encourage any parent who has a son of a senior or a junior going into the senior year, definitely get all the information you can. Because again, you got some guys that's going to get that. Like I said, they could use that extra year. Everybody in college right now could use that extra year. As long as they was in college at that time, before the pandemic and after, they have that option of an extra year. They do. And it don't have to be at the same school that they've been going to. They could take that option and go to another school and do what they need to do. So, you know, while I close the show tonight, I just want to definitely make sure parents, if you're a parent of a senior this year or next season, please pay attention to what's going on. Please pay attention. Make sure you have great communication with your son's future coach and with your current coach so he can get a little bit more information from the coach that you can't get as a parent, right? Definitely have that interaction and have them conversations because you don't want to see your child out there and then they're just out there in a negative way. And I would hate to see that to anybody's child. I definitely would hate to see it to my child. But my child sit there saying, my son sit there saying he's ready, want to compete. And that's all I can ask for him, man. That's all I can ask for him. You get in there, you ready to compete. You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. You may not score a lot of points. Cool. You could be the best cheerleader on the bench. And when your number's called, you need to be on there, be ready. And if he don't need you to score, he just needs you to create havoc on defense, then you do that. If he needs you to rebound, I don't give a shit that you 5'11", 6 foot, and you're going to get some guy that's 6'8" or 6. I don't care. You fight, you push, you scrap, you do whatever you got to do to get that ball. If that means as soon as he bring that ball, he pull that ball down, you smack at it, and you grab that ball from him. You be that gnat. I told him, I said, you be like Patrick Beverly. Guy's an asshole. You be that guy on the college level, on the D2 level. You be that guy. They go look at you like, God damn, I got to play against Lil Hank. Shit. Motherfucker irritates me. Make them work. Make them earn everything. Be the first one in the practice facility to get the extra shots, lifting weights, training, watching film, do what you have to do. I said, look, man, this is what you want. I'm right there with you. I'm rooting for you. I'm going to get the jersey. I'm going to be at the games, cheering you on. I don't care. If you're on the bench, I'll still be rooting you on. Hope for a blowout so they can put your black ass in, but I'll be there for you, supporting you. So parents, please, 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 make sure you get all the information that you need. Make sure you get all the information you need and that you're looking for, and y'all come together as a family to make the best decision on where your son or your daughter goes to school and finish out her academic as well as athletic career. Get all the information you can. Make sure you read everything before you sign it. Please do that. Pay attention to all of those things. And if it's something confusing, definitely talk to the academic advisor so you can ask questions. Don't against coaches. Don't ask them. Ask the people in the know. And if you still have questions, have him talk to his counselor. Have him talk to his coach, whatever prospective sports they play. If you need to, get you a lawyer. Bring them in and let them read the fine print and break it down to you into layman terms. Please do those things, right? You got to. You have to. So, just take care of your child. Make sure, they're able to maneuver, because it's nothing fun, right? It's a business. At the end of the day, it's still a business. I don't care what's said, what goes on, what happened. At the end of the day, it's still a business. If these coaches don't win, they don't get paid, right? These coaches don't win, they don't get these bonuses. They don't get the raises. They don't get to keep their jobs if they don't win. So they got to get the players that win. So if that means little Johnny don't get as much playing time, this ain't Little League. This ain't Pop Warner. This ain't church league, upward bound basketball. Them days are long gone. Don't try to sit there and play politics in the college level, because it's not. They don't play your politics. They don't give a damn how much you donate. They don't care what school you alumni. They don't care. At the end of the day, I gotta win. Your son can be nice in practice, but game time he don't show up. Lights come on, he don't show up. I can't put him in. He gonna embarrass not only himself but us. What I look like put him in for that? I can't. So make sure you try to put your child in the right position. Major D1 may not be your child's end dream. May not. May have to go to a lower D level one, and that's okay, man. Look, everybody kid wants to go to the NBA, right? Everybody child. But look, don't have to be on the NBA level you don't have to be at the Major D1 to get your son or your daughter seen. It could be a small school. It could. But if your child performs, they're going to see him. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. I promise you that. Now, look, before I go tonight, I just want to show this clip. And I won't talk about it. So let's roll. That beautiful bean footage, right?
Yo, everybody stand up!
Oh, God. Poor guy. Guy seen that video. I said, man, that sucks for him. That sucks for that dude. Now, I know sports show was not that type of show, but that sucks for him. And the only reason I put up because it was at a basketball game, right? Looked like it was the Celtics. I don't know. The Celtics and I want to say, look like the Toronto Raptors, I think. I don't know. That sucks for him. This man had his ring in his pocket at the game, asked the crowd to stand up, get involved, get hyped, get down on one knee, propose to this woman. The woman of his dreams, I'm sure. The woman who's going to be blessed with his last name. The woman who's going to carry on his legacy and give him a lot of beautiful babies. And what did this woman do? This woman said no. Took her head no. And then you could read his lips. He said, please. Now he's pleading with this heifer. He pleaded with a please. Please, baby, please. In his Keith Sweat tight voice. Please, baby, please. Give me your hand in marriage. Craig said, I'm glad he found out now. Hell no. Yeah. But the way he had to face and look here, man. My man had his skin tight, fitted suit on, looking sharp, looked like he just got his braids and straight backs freshly did, you know what I'm saying? He looking good, you know, he out there looking good, feeling good, probably out there smelling good, you know what I'm saying? Chris said, please, yeah. Man, I felt so bad for that young blood. So, guys, let me say this. Don't do that bullshit. Don't do that bullshit. You propose to a woman, you propose to an intimate setting. You don't need an audience. Nah. Because if that heifer say no to you, it doesn't feel as bad. It's going to feel bad. Please believe, I ain't never told nobody. It's going to feel bad, I'm sure. But then you have to turn around and look at the crowd. And they look at you. And the shame you got on your face and embarrassment you have on your face. Chris said I'm out for him. He dodged a bullet. I know that's right. Hey, man, can't do that. Well, my man like Mike Secretary, can't do it. We won't win us. Man, look, man, damn, that's rough. That is rough, man. Jeez, man. I look again. I feel bad for the young blood. You know, I don't know what my man gonna do with the ring. I don't even know if he will stay with her. What do you do? Do you stay with this woman? Do you stay with the woman? Fellas, I mean, y'all answer me that, man. If you propose to a woman, right? You propose, you get out on one knee, you muscle up everything you had in you to ask this woman to marry you. And she turns around and says, no. What do you say? Hey, man. Well, Jay and Greg, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't got to go through the whole Mike Singletary speech. Can't play with him. Can't win with him. Won't do it. Hey, but I got to get that clip of Mike Singletary, boy. That was classic. For those who don't know, he was talking about Vernon Davis. He was talking about him. You know, I want winners. And he felt like Vernon Davis quit on him. And so he went in at the end of the game after they lost and let it be known, we want winners. My man said, now he's got to bounce like a bad check. She ain't it, bro. Hey, look, matter of facts. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. Two things. This thing could go either way. This man could go off and be angry. We're going to see his ass come next week in one of these spaces of the manosphere. Red pill raging like a motherfucker. I promise you. We could see this guy. Or somebody going to be, one of them chicks going to be at the game to sing, gonna see him, say, oh, feel bad for him, give him some play. And he going to mess around. You're going to hear a story probably about 2 years down the road. Well, how did y'all meet? We met at the Boston and Toronto Raptors game. Oh, well, tell me how that went. Well, it's a long story. But I was there, proposing to my current girlfriend, and she rejected me in front of the whole crowd. So I'm walking away, my head down, and I seen this young lady when I looked up before I went up that exit. And something in my heart said, I need to talk to her. And so I talked to her, and she gave me some play. She came in a number, we connected, and we went on a couple of dates. And now here we are, engaged. Please believe me, we're going to hear about stuff. I'm telling you, he's going to go two ways. We're going to see him in about 2 weeks, red pilling it up, raging, angry, mad at the world. Oh, we're going to hear about it a couple years later. Yeah, I met the girl of my dreams at a basketball game. Oh, shit. Man said nothing to be mad about. He just won. I know that's right. Said take that ring back and invest in some rental property. Ain't that it? Ain't that it? I wouldn't be surprised, man. Again, I just gave my prediction. I don't know how true it is. It may be nowhere near what really happens, but I just gave my prediction. That's all I did, man. That's all I did. But guys, look here. I appreciate you rocking with me tonight. Got good things coming to the show, man. Got to get some good things coming to the show. And so one of the things I'm going to definitely talk about in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to talk about finance and financial literacy, you know, the importance of home ownership, the importance of investment, the importance of creating a budget. So in a couple of weeks, we definitely going to have that conversation, right? This Wednesday, I ain't going to lie to you guys. I really don't have a show topic just yet. But somehow, some way, the Lord going to bless me with something. I got a couple things in the works I'm thinking about talking about. Hasn't got nothing locked in yet. But who knows? I may just come on the show Wednesday and say, hey, I ain't got shit to talk about. Let's have a Q&A with Hink. And I might invite anybody and everybody up. Ask Hink just questions. Whatever questions. Cousin Hink, Uncle Hink, Big Brother Hink, gonna help you out best I can. Now I'm gonna say it again. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know it all. I don't. I don't have all the answers. You never heard me say I got all the answers. I won't. But what I do have common sense. And I utilize that shit on a regular basis. Whether it's in relationships, friendships, acquaintances, co-workers, about money issues, all of that shit. Use common sense, man. How to deal with my kids, how to handle my son through this prepping for college and college sports. Common sense. Common sense. So I don't know. That could be us this Wednesday's conversation. Who knows? You never know with me. You never know. So what part, Greg? What part is definitely needed? You can't have success without going through the failures. You win and learn. Either way, you don't lose. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. But with that being said, man, guys, look. Oh, hell yeah, for sure. For sure. And I had a meeting last night with the guys on the show, and we was talking about this, and I expressed to them, I said, financial literacy is very important, especially amongst our Black community. There was a time where we didn't have this information. There was a time where it was hard for us to get information. There was time when we got killed when we got that information, or the person who shared that information with us, who wasn't of the same color, got themselves killed or in trouble, right? But in 2023, there's no excuse no more. The information is too readily out there, whether you get it for free or you got to put some money on it. The options are there. And look, I don't have no problem putting money on it. None at all. If it's going to help me to better myself, to better my income, to better my financial future, then I don't have no problem paying for it. None at all. I don't have no problem taking some online classes that I have to pay for. I don't mind that. Now, of course, I know everybody can't do it, but you know what you can do? Whatever information you think you could need to find, you can go on YouTube and find a lot of this. And if you can find the basic stuff, that will take you a long way. If you find the bare minimum stuff, that will take you a long way. I promise you it will. But you have to be willing to do that. And unfortunately, a lot of our people don't. They looking for somebody to always give them something. Guys, let me tell you right now, ain't nobody going to give you shit. You got to go out there and take it sometimes. And part of taking it is going to get the resources, going to go resource places to get the resources, asking questions. Don't ask your broke ass friend how to get my credit right, because his credit is shot to shit. You're wasting your goddamn time. Let me tell you what he going to help you do. He going to tell you all the avenues where you probably shouldn't go spend your money, on how to shouldn't invest your money because he lost it all, or what stocks not to buy. That's what he can tell you. So get that information from him and you run with it. But get the knowledge, man. Ladies, get the knowledge. It's out there for us. Sometimes you just got to open a book. Back in the days, man, I remember there was a book, a big old thick book, and I remember seeing on the infomercial talking about, real estate and investment and all that. Guess what I did? I could afford to order it online. Excuse me. So what I do, I went to the library. I had a library card. We had a thing called a microfiche. Use it. Old articles, newspaper clips. Read that shit. Looked that shit up. Had to do a paper about it in my business class. And that's what intrigued me. Now, certain things I talk about sometimes. I don't know if y'all remember. Hear me. I invest myself into the Dave Ramsey plan. Now, I don't agree with everything Dave Ramsey says, but most of it I do. I don't agree with his philosophy on term life insurance because I like term life insurance. I have no problem with it. But most everything else I do agree. And it has helped me. It has helped me. But look, I'm not going to talk about that now. We'll talk more about that in a couple weeks. We'll definitely speak on that. We'll talk on that and definitely have some good conversation. So, guys, what I want y'all to do, if you have any financial questions that you would like to ask, and if you're not able to come on the show next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, please shoot me a DM. And if you are able to be at the show, please shoot some questions in the chat. A couple guys that might have up here will be more than glad to try to answer your questions as best as we can. Because I want to see my people win, right? And in part of us seeing my people win, you have to be financially literate. We can't keep coming up with excuses after excuses after excuses. We can't. We can't. Nobody's trying to get, I know you're not trying to get rich off a low income job. Okay, is it possible? Yes, possible. But more likely is the chances that it won't, right? But what you can do is allow yourself to live in a comfortable life where you could damn near be debt free. Now that you can do. You know how? Come up with a legitimate budget. But in order for you to come up with a budget, you got to be honest with yourself. You son of a guns know what y'all spend your money on. You son of a guns know what y'all waste your money on. You know your vices. And some of the vices you probably need to cut out because it's costing you way more than you think. So, I don't know how much cigarettes cost, and if that's one of your vices, but I can imagine. That was one time I remember it used to cost about $5 a pack. No telling how much they are paying. I don't know. But even if it's the case, some of you guys are smoking damn near a pack a day. Maybe a half a pack a day. So saying cigarettes or a carton of cigarettes is $25, $30, $40 a carton. In a week's time, 7 days, you done ran through your carton, right? So $40 to $50 a week adds up. Say it's 50, make it an even number. Damn, Vic, I hope you lying. What? Damn, $8.50 in Mississippi. God damn. $8.50. Woo. I said 10. And they taxing the shit out of them. Does that include tax, Vicky? You know? I don't know. Does that include tax? Oh, shit, that's a lot. So even so, if $8.50, they probably going to take it up to, depends on your state taxes. So here's 6%. So that'll take it about $9, probably about $9.05, something like that, right? Let's round up even more, make it even number 10. $10 a pack. Yeah, they are. That's why I'm talking about your price. No tax. Okay. All right. Well, still, that's still expensive. A pack. Damn. Mm. But with that being said, and that's like I said, he said that's Mississippi. Whoo! I could imagine what it is in other states. So, with that being said, let's round it up to $9 instead of $8.50. Let's round it up to $9. If you smoke a pack a day, 9 times 7. Come on, man. That's $63. That's $63 in 1 week, man. Yeah, I thought so, man. That's $63. So now you multiply that times 4 because there's 4 weeks in a month. In a month. Now you're looking at $240 something. You imagine what you could use with that $240. Now $240. That's my water bill every other month. It's really not that much, but close enough. Or that's my light bill. Could be your car insurance. I don't know, how many vehicles you got insured, but that could be your car insurance. I know that's right. Rick said nobody knows tobacco products in Arkansas. I know that's right. $240 a month. Now, you got to multiply that times 12. Jesus Christ. Imagine you investing that amount of money into yourself. Pay yourself. I believe in that all the time. Imagine you investing $240 a month into some type of stock. Or extra $240 into your 401k, your 457 or your 457 Roth. Imagine that. Imagine that. So I know these are probably things most people don't think about. They just do. Like Dorian said, alcohol. You're right, Vic. Do the math. 52 weeks. So you multiply that 63 times 52. That's a lot of money, man. Again, imagine putting that money. Now, for some people, I don't know exactly. Let's do the math. Let's use our heads, right? Let's do the math, and I'm gonna use a calculator real fast on my phone. So that's 52 times 63. That's $3,276 a year. Some people, that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. All right, man. Let me say this. You donate me $3,000 a year. I'll take it. I will take that $3,000 a year. And I'll do what I need to do with it. I would. But imagine you paying that much a year. What you could invest into. So if you have a house payment, that's at least 2 house payments right there for some people. So if I pay an extra 2 house payments a year, guess what? About 10 years, I done knocked a year off. I done knocked a year off on my home loan, and now I could invest that money into somewhere else. But again, even if I don't make the extra house payment, I put it towards my escrow. You can use that $3,000 damn near for a down payment for a new home if you wanted to, or for a piece of rental property if you wanted to. Or you could put it up in the bank and use it for a rainy day. And just let it build for like an emergency fund. Anything. That much money, you could buy you a cash car and don't have to worry about a car payment. And now again, how much more money you be saving? Guys, there's so many things you can do, so many ways you can save and make money and pay yourself and invest. There's so many ways you can do it. Exactly, Vic. So in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna have this conversation, man. And again, I hope people tune in and watch the show. And of course, we know a lot of people not gonna like watching that show because it's not the ratchet bullshit. It's not going back and forth. It's not the beefing shows like they like to do. The shows where we cussing out men and men cussing out women and talk about. We know those are not the shows a lot of people like to view or partake in. And that's cool. It's not for everybody, right? And I'm okay with that. But man, if I could change one person's mind with this conversation, I'm good. I don't care. If I could reach one person and able to change their mind, their mindset, the thoughts, and how they move and how they act, I'm good with it, right? I am good with that. That's all that matters to me. So with that being said, that's the show I'm having in a couple weeks. I hope you guys definitely tune in, man. Again, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for rocking with me. It's good to see some new people in the chat, man. Good shit. So let's let me know somebody's in here rocking with me, having fun, talking shit to me, giving me hell, telling me my team sucks or something like that. That's all good. That's what I want, man. The interaction, something to break up monogamy. You can't talk about relationships all the time, right? You can't talk about men and men can't talk about women and can't talk about that all the time. So every once in a while, we got to do something that's going to bring us together. Why not talk about sports? Why not talk about sports? And so that's why I show up every Monday to try to talk about sports and entertain. So again, thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys. Y'all be easy. All right.